Hello, how are you? I'm so glad you're here. So, as you'll see today, I'm in the car, so it'll be change of scenery today. Um, and I thought this week I'd just have a wee talk about some things that have been happening um, with me in terms of symptoms and what's been going on. So, a lot of people get quite worried, understandably, when they think they're making progress with their pain or other symptoms, and then lo and behold, either the pain originally that they had before comes back or some new symptom appears. And understandably, this can be quite distressing when you think you've really got a handle on things, and it can be quite worrying that you've got it all wrong and that things are not going half as well as you thought. So I thought I would tell you a wee story about what's been happening to me over the last couple of weeks, as a way of a wee bit, hopefully, of reassurance, and just to let you know how things often sort of pan out. So, as many of you know, I have recovered from symptoms of fibromyalgia using the mind body approach. So, on a normal day to day basis, I don't have any pain or any symptoms. Obviously, I get aches and pains like everybody. You get the odd wee twinge here and there, you get headaches, you get, twist your ankle when you're out walking or whatever. But I certainly don't have any what I would class as chronic or persistent pain or other symptoms. So, over the last few weeks, that has changed, and I have had quite a bit of discomfort in different places. So I was getting quite a lot of back pain, sort of upper low back sort of pain, really quite gripping, that kind of way where it's actually hard to take a big deep breath. I was getting wee bits of foot pain again that I've had, which was always my kind of nemesis and was the last bit to go when I was recovering from my symptoms of fibromyalgia. So that was the kind of two main things I was getting, and kind of headaches and just generally feeling a bit out of sorts. And I was always a headachy person as a kid. I had lots of headaches. So that's always been a sort of thing for me as well. So none of these symptoms are normal for me now to say I don't have any pain on a regular basis. But over the last few weeks, these things have arisen. And I think the difference is I knew why, because I knew I was taking on too much. I knew I was getting stressed and anxious about different bits and pieces, and that I wasn't taking quiet time for myself, which certainly for me, I definitely need quiet away from all the hustle and bustle of noise of the house and the television and the children and the busy streets and life. I'm certainly someone who needs quiet, and I hadn't been taking the time for that. Now, obviously, with a new symptom comes up, then it's important to establish that it isn't anything actually wrong in your body. But for me, I was happy that it wasn't, because I'd had similar symptoms before. So the sort of upper back pain sort of coming into the front of the chest a wee bit, which obviously could be a worrying sign for some people and can be something that you must get checked out if it's a new thing for you. But for me, I knew I'd had that in the past, and it had come up one time before. I think it was round about the anniversary of my dad passing away. So I knew it felt the same. And I'm a physiotherapist, so I do have quite a bit of knowledge about the body in general, and I was confident that it wasn't anything actually wrong in my body. The other way I knew that was it kind of comes and goes. It wasn't there all the time. It wasn't particularly on exertion. So there was nothing that was making me think this is something that I have to go and get help for. But if you have a new symptom and you're not sure what it is, then of course you should seek medical advice. So I'm not in any way saying you shouldn't be doing that. But for me, I was confident what it was. I knew it wasn't a physical cause. I knew it was because I was getting stressed out by things, and I wasn't doing the things that I knew help keep my nervous system in a calmer state. But nonetheless, it was quite distressing. So even with the knowledge of what it was, even the fact that I do this work with people every day and I write about it all the time and I talk about it in these videos and I talk to people about it and when I'm working with them, and I'm in lots of different professional groups about it. This is my thing. I do a lot of work in this. I still got these symptoms back, and it still was really quite unpleasant and actually quite scary. So don't panic if you get a recurrence of symptoms that you've had before, because it is part of the course. It's part of the human condition. It's part of the fact that our nervous systems are still primed for that our nervous systems are a bit more sensitive because of having to live with chronic pain in the past. It doesn't just go away, and then that's you hunky dory, everything's going to be absolutely fine. I suppose it's like everything. Maybe we say we have a tendency towards these types of symptoms, but the big difference is if you know what it is and you have the strategies there to use, it doesn't spiral out of control. So I had this back pain, upper back pain, low back pain, foot thing going on maybe for about a week. And it came and it went. And I was frightened. Well, I suppose I was a bit frightened because it didn't feel very nice. So yes, I was a bit frightened, but I knew that it wasn't anything and it wasn't going to last. So although your brain kind of defaults back to that, oh my goodness, what's going on here? Just have that conversation with yourself. Well, I know what's going on here. I know that it's a recurrence of this symptom, and it's most likely due to the fact that I'm not taking care of myself, that I'm taking on too much, that I'm getting anxious and uptight about things, that I'm not taking the time that I know to nurture myself and to help calm my nervous system. So, as I said, the thing to keep in mind is if you have a new symptom, then you need to have that checked by a medical professional. If you're in any doubt at all, you must seek medical advice. I'm not in any way saying that you shouldn't get medical advice. If you have a recurrence of something that you know is a mind-body symptom, then don't panic. Think of what you know, the reasons why it might have come back, and that it's only temporary and that will pass. And that even me, who does this day in, day out, lives and breathes it, bread and butter every day, it still happens because we're human, we're not perfect, and our nervous systems and our brains will default to that position which is familiar, especially in times of stress. So do what you need. Do what you know you need to do. Take care of yourself, recognise what it is, and you'll be absolutely fine. It'll pass. Okay, so I'll leave it at that for now, and I'll check in with you again soon. Bye for now.